Hi, welcome to another How Do I video where we'll be talking about Google Drive and how to organize our files and folders. We've been noticing that this is causing a little bit of confusion for everyone in the school, so we decided to make this video to help you understand how do you organize. The first thing we need to talk about is the idea of folders. In Google Drive, they use a picture of a folder, and that's what you're used to when you use Microsoft Word on your desktop computer. But it's more powerful than just a regular folder. Let's take a look at what I have, and let me explain. You see here, this is my whole list of documents that I have in My Drive. You can see it says My Drive at the top, and these are all of my documents. It's not very organized right now, so I'm going to show you an easy, quick way for you to first organize your documents. You can see I've made some folders by clicking on the folder button, and I've named them some important things that I know I use all the time. Now that I have my folders, there's nothing inside them at the moment. I need to put information into each of the folders. Now, the easiest way for you to do that is to simply drag and put it into the folder you want, like this. You can see I've now dragged the list of parents into the parent folder. Notice you saw the word move when I put it in the folder. It's not in my list anymore. I've moved the document from my big list in my drive to the little folder called Parents. Let's watch that one more time. I have a folder here called Plans, and I have a document called Future Plans. I would like to put that into my folder. So I will click on it, notice the word Move, and I move it into the folder called Plans. It's no longer in the list. It's been moved. But with Google Drive, there's way more powerful tools that we can use to keep ourselves more organized. And this is what I would like to show you right now. You can see here that in this list, I have some things that could go in the folder called Plans, but could also go in the folder called Presentations. Here, I have a provocation for my first unit. It could be a plan, but it could also be in my presentation. Wouldn't it be great if I could click in either folder and find the same document? Google Drive lets you do that, but desktop computers don't, and that's the benefit of Google Drive. They call it labels. Let me show you how it works. Here's my presentation, my provocation. I'm going to click on that little square, and then up at the top, you see this folder button. You can see here, this is the list of all the folders I have. Now, at first, I'm thinking I want to put it in my presentation folder. But, like we said, it's also part of the plans for Unit 1. So what I can do is I can hold down on my computer. If I have a Windows machine, it's the Control button. And if I have a Macintosh, it's the Command button. And I can choose a second folder. Look what happens. Now my document is going to be labeled Presentation and a plan for Unit 1. So no matter what folder I click in, I'm going to end up finding the same document. And watch, now that I have both chosen, when I move it, it's going to actually put that document into both. Watch. Here it is in my presentation folder, Provocation Unit 1. And in my Plans folder for Unit 1, there it is again. And you can see it's got this little label telling me, hey, this document is in two places at the same time, so you'll never lose it. It's here in Presentations, and it's also here in Unit 1. Let's watch that again. Here's my drive with all of my documents. I have some things in my list that I think could go in more than one folder. I would like to put a label on them, 2 or 3 different labels. Watch how I do this. Here's a brainstorm for Unit 2 I can use. So I'm going to put that into Unit 2, but maybe I also would like to put that in with my brainstorm folder. Okay, so watch what I'm going to do. I click on it on the side, and then I click on the folder button at the top. Now that I have that button, I can choose the different places that I would like to put this folder or this document, all of the different places, the different labels. So again, I have to push on my computer keyboard the Control button if I have a Windows machine or the Command button if I have a Macintosh. So I'm going to choose, because it's a brainstorm, but it's also part of Unit 2. Now you can see I have two different labels that I've selected, or folders, for this document. Now when I say move, you can see I'm actually adding that document to two different places. You can see the word added at the top there. So let's check. Here it is in my brainstorm folder, and it's the same document in my Unit 2 folder. So what Google Drive has done is it's put this label on this document so that no matter where I look, I'm going to find the same document. And when I update that document, all of the labels will be updated as well. It's that simple. Let's watch one last time just to make sure we got it. Here are my different documents. Here I have some parent feedback, but it's also parents. Let's try that one. I click on the side. I go up to the top where the folder button is, and here I'm going to choose the different labels that I would like for this document because it can go into a number of places. It could be parents, so I'm going to hold down my Control button on my keyboard if I have a Windows machine, or my Command button if I have a Macintosh, and I'm going to choose this folder label, Parents. But it's also feedback, so I'm going to also choose the feedback folder or the label. Now I will choose Move, and that document has now gone into two different places with two different labels. You can even see here it's telling me it's in the feedback folder. Okay. I hope that helped. Look forward to giving you another How Do I on Google Drive. Enjoy!